My name is Caleb Plant. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and I fight out of Music City Boxing. It's cool, you know, it's a real down-to-earth city. There's a lot of different music and different types of foods, real diverse, and it's a good city. Boxing, I mean, it's something that I've always done. My father, he started me out early. I used to kickbox, and in kickboxing I have 5 world titles and 9 national titles. And I just started boxing, just kind of like help my hands and help me out in kickboxing, and then I just slowly started transitioning more and more into boxing, and then I just kind of fell out of boxing, and it's what I've done ever since, and that's all I ever plan on doing. You know, I started from nothing, you know, a place that has very low income to, you know, now I'm a man who has my own place at 22. You know, I have a beautiful fiance, and we had a beautiful daughter. She passed away in January, but you know, she was able to have her own room with nice things, and you know, boxing has saved my life. Not necessarily. There's like different types of kickboxing. There's full contact, which is all kicks above the waist, and you know, you can't really clinch, kind of like amateur boxing. And then there's Muay Thai, where you can like clinch and throw knees and elbows and stuff. But I did full contact, which is like all kicks above the waist and no clinching. So it's pretty similar to like amateur boxing, but you know, you have to throw 5 to 6 kicks per round. Yeah, I wake up like 7:30, and then I head to the boxing gym. We train from 9. I leave like 8:30, get there at 9, train from 9 to 11:30, 11:45, straight through. We don't really take any breaks, and then I go home and rest and eat, refuel, take a shower, and then I go to strength and conditioning. And I get there at 3, and we train from like 4 to 4:30, and then go home, take another shower, eat, rest, and then I run 5 miles a night. And then on Tuesdays, that's on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Then on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, we spar, and then we do our workout at the gym afterwards, and then we do hill sprints outside the gym. So 6 days a week. Yeah, I've been pro for a little over a year now. We hope so. You know, we're not looking to have, you know, we've had a couple guys that were put in there to just, you know, help me step up, but I want to be considered one of the best, and you can't do that by, you know, just having someone in front of you who's just coming to pick up a paycheck or lay down. So on paper, this is definitely, you know, he's got 21 fights, so he hasn't been stopped by, he's fought Terrell Gausha, 2012 Olympian. He's fought Linnell Bellows for the money team. He's fought Dominic Dalton, who's a Golden Glove national champ, and they weren't able to get him out of there. So, you know, he's coming to fight, and we look forward to that. So, like I told you, the only thing I do, the only time I really go out is either to pick up my diet food at Walmart, or, you know, go to my grandparents. I don't really go out. I don't really drink or, you know, any of that. This is my life. That's all I do. And no, it doesn't weigh heavy on me to have an undefeated record, because I'm just doing what I expect of myself and what my team expects of me. So, I mean, when we go in, we don't really look for the knockout. You know, once you transfer into the pros, once there's more rounds, you know, you can't really be just banking on one big shot. And even the amateurs, I wasn't really known as like a power puncher. I know yesterday Marshall touched on me having good power, but that's like the last thing we consider myself to be, is like a power puncher. We focus on boxing and being smart, sticking and moving, but we practice everything, you know, so we can be dimensional, because in the pros, there's going to be times where we have to make adjustments. So, you know, I may be sticking and moving, but if I catch someone with a big shot and they get on their bike, then I'm going to have to cut the ring off with some head movement, work my way in, and, you know, try to get them out of there, you know. So you got to be dimensional and be well-rounded. You know, I see a lot of fighters these days who they're good at what they do, but, you know, sometimes they're not always able to make adjustments, and I feel like that's one thing that I'm able to do. You know, if something's not necessarily working for me off the bat, I can make adjustments. Or if something is working for me and they get on their, you know, something happens with them, I'm able to adjust to what they're doing. I mean, it's hard to say. I feel like, you know, I'm still in the beginning stages of my career, but like I said, I feel like I'm a pretty dimensional guy. So where he thinks maybe I have a weakness in that fight, you know. I guess what I'm saying is whatever he brings to the table tomorrow night, we're going to be able to adjust and get the job done. And whatever weakness he thinks that I have, it's not as big as weakness as he thinks. So we've put all the work in the gym. You know, I'm not here to say that I'm going to win every fight just because I can win every fight. I say I can win this fight and future fights and my past fights because we've put the work in the gym. We've put the time in the gym. I've sacrificed. I've dedicated myself. So come fight night, there should be no reason that I won't come out like I have every fight previous to this, which is with my hand raised. It's easy for me to sit here and tell you that I've been working in the gym, just like it's easy for a lot of other fighters to sit here and tell you what they've been doing in the gym. But talk is cheap. You know, I can sit here and tell you what I've done, or I can show you on Saturday night. Not to mention, a lot of things, when a fighter steps in the ring, a lot of times, that's the hardest thing that they do is step in the ring and box. You know, that tops the charts of, wow, this is the hardest thing I've done. This is not the hardest thing that I've done. This is not the hardest thing that I've been through. You know, when you sit in a hospital for basically 19 months straight and watch your daughter, you know, be put on life support multiple times, and tubes are everywhere, and you have machines beeping, and you know, you sleep on a cot that's half the size of that table, and you got to wake up and go to the gym, and then you come home, and you come back to the hospital just long enough to see them and shower up, and then you go back to strength and conditioning. You come back, you know, that's going to take a lot out of you. Being in the hospital for months at a time can be draining, but I can still somehow make all that happen, you know, and be focused. And I don't feel like a lot of fighters out there have the focus and dedication that I have, because it's easy to do it from home, but what about when you have to do it in the hospital? And, you know, food is expensive in the hospital. You know, I'm not making $1 million paydays yet. It can be financially draining, which can be stressful too, but I can still find a way to stay focused and calm, cool, and collected enough to go in there and handle my business every day in the gym, and then come fight night every time in the ring, you know? And there's not a lot of people out there who have to do that. And not even mentioning my daughter, things that, the way I grew up, the way we grew up, you know, we didn't have any money. Sometimes we didn't have heat in the winter or air in the summer, or we didn't have a lot of food, you know, or, you know, whatever it may have been. I was able to still go in the gym day in and day out, stay focused on the task at hand, and get the job done. Just basically some of the points we've touched on, you know, all the work has been put in. We've done everything possible to have another victorious night. And, you know, I'm nothing but confident that, like I said, I'll just come out with another win. You know, I think about my daughter and Aaliyah and what all the things that she had to go through. And, you know, this, in the box ring, that's nothing compared to what a 19, getting choked up. Yeah, I know. It's nothing compared to what she had to go through. So, you know, if she can do that, then with all this work that I put in, there's no reason why I can't be successful tonight. And, you know, just that I'm going to win this fight because I'm not going back to where I used to, the way things used to be, you know. I'm going to continue to be successful because I came from this side of the tracks, you know, and I'm slowly but surely getting to the other side. But there's no way that I'm going back to where I was before, you know, the way I grew up and things that we had to endure. There's just no way I'm going to let that happen.